Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. Oh, hold on a second. All right, I'm back. Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I know I'm late. I said I was going to be late. It's raining out there. I worked a little late, and you don't want to be speeding around the daggone highway in the rain. And people can't drive anyway. So I'm here. Welcome to the show. I got a couple things that I'm gonna talk about. Um, some of y'all go ahead and get your saddle ready. Get your saddle ready, cause you're gonna be riding some jock today. Um, Everybody else, just the truth is the truth, and I have to tell the truth. I have to tell the truth. But come on in. I don't have a whole lot prepared to talk about, of course. Just you should always know that. Uh, just by the fact that I work. I work. I work another job. And like I said, I worked a little late. So you should automatically know going in, he just gonna be kind of winging it. One of these days, I keep saying this, one of these days, I'm gonna take some time and actually do some show prep and, have a whole show prepared. It's gonna flow good. I'm gonna have actualities and all of that good stuff. That's sounds and videos and all that type of stuff. I'm gonna have all of that. But it's not today. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Oh, come on. Show me. Come on, scroll. What? Hold on, why are we doing that? Why did it go back so far? Hold on a second. It shouldn't have gone back that far. Come on. What is happening? And hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right, here we are. Here we are. Jason says, "Yo, everybody, what's up, Jason?" Hold on a second. I don't know, but I love that. Back that off just a hair. All right, I think I can live with that. Jason says, "Yo, everybody, what's up, Jason? Good afternoon. Welcome to the show, Sean, show it. Okay, it looked like my restream is running slow, y'all, and this frustrates me. When I hit a button, I'm ready for it to go, and it's hesitating. Sean, good afternoon. Jason, representing Fairfield. Erica, representing Reading. Representing Reading. Good afternoon, Erica. Thank you for checking in. Anthony, good afternoon. Oh, I have a doctor's appointment on Thursday. So I might not be on tomorrow. Got to go to the doctor. I got to get a couple things done, and I got to get ready for this colonoscopy, which I've never had, and I know I'm late to get one. So yeah, I probably won't be here tomorrow. Got a doctor's appointment. LaDonna, representing East Price Hill. Good afternoon. David, good afternoon to you. Thank you for support. Show, checking in, representing Westchester. Got Crystal in the house. Show it. Crystal, representing Forest Park. Tria in the house, representing Columbia Township. Good afternoon, Crystal and Tria. I appreciate y'all. I I'm not gonna say that, Anthony. I'm not here to attack anybody. Uh, Veronica. Veronica. Hello, Veronica. Good afternoon. Thank you for supporting the show. Andrea. Andrea, representing downtown. I appreciate you. LaDonna says she's sitting in the car. All right. All right. Well, thank you for checking us out while sitting in the car in East Price Hill. Britt, representing Dallas, Texas. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Ross, greetings. Ross, you got to answer my question. Earlier, you said I was a terrible human being. And I asked you, what did I do that makes me a terrible human being? And you said some stuff, even though I'm not 100% sure what you meant. But one of the things you said is that I lied. What did I lie about? Tell me what I lied about. Because if I said something that's not true and it was an actual lie, I want to retract it. So tell me what I lied about. I'm always open to criticism. Preston, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Preston. Brenda, good afternoon to you as well. Good afternoon to you as well. Steban, representing Westwood. Good afternoon. We got Vanessa Lynn Bennett, London. All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hold on. Let me see. We got, you have to come on Thursday so we can get an update. Stream live from your doctor's office. That's not reasonable. Carolyn, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Brenda, representing Fairfield. Good afternoon. Steban say colonoscopy, no joke. Ain't you sleep for it? Are they doing colonoscopies while people are like full awake? I imagine that would be no joke. But put me, maybe you're talking about the prep. I've heard that the prep is not all that pleasant. But, oh well. It is what it is. Got to do what you got to do. But if there's an option, I want to be sleep when you do the colonoscopy. Let's see. Regina, representing Madisonville. Good afternoon, Regina. Ed, good afternoon. Straight out of H-Town. Would that be Houston? I think people call Houston H-Town. People like from the 80s. John or Blake. What up, homie? What up, homie? All right. I appreciate you checking the show out. Let's see. We got, that's LaDonna. We got Lamont Grande, powerful royal people. And Lamont is representing Westwood. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. And good afternoon. Got Candy D in the house, representing Coleraine Township. Scott in the house. Good afternoon, Scott. What? West Warner Hills? All right. Oh, let's see. LaDonna says she's scared of a colonoscopy. I'm pretty sure you'll be asleep. I don't think they do that stuff to people while they're awake. They put you under. So you go to sleep and then you wake up. You've been violated while you were asleep, but you don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the way it works. Edward Clayton, representing Mount Healthy. Good afternoon. Ed said prep is not fun. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. We got Brent in the house. Will you be doing the afternoon experiment on Friday? If not, we need to do the Royal Rumble Wrestling Report today. I intend on being on Friday. I'm not getting a colonoscopy tomorrow. I just have an appointment, and they'll tell me what to do for the colonoscopy and schedule it and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know when that's going to be. And if you've had one, then, tell me your thoughts. Tell me your thoughts. What can I expect? Even from this initial appointment. What are they? Because they were like, look, I said I need a colonoscopy. They were like, okay, cool. I'm like, all right. So when can I schedule it? And they were like, are you available on Thursday? And I'm like, that's kind of quick, but yeah, Thursday at work. And they're like, well, no, we're not doing, we just need you to come into the office on Thursday. Do some stuff, and then we'll explain some stuff, and then we'll tell you what to do and give you the, we'll do the prescription for when it's, and I'm like, okay. But in my mind, can't you just tell me and we do all that stuff over the phone and then we make an appointment right now so that I can be prepared for whenever it's going to happen? Like, I want to get my appointment in. But I don't know what they're going to do tomorrow. We'll see. But I intend on being in on Friday. I do intend on being in on Friday. But I am kind of excited about the Royal Rumble. Ed says he's representing Hamilton. All right. David says you'll be fine doing the colonoscopy. The prep is challenging, but they will put you under and you won't feel a thing. I kind of figured that. I wasn't going to let them do it and me be awake. That's not an option. It's not an option. Mrs. Livingston asked me, what doctor was I going? What doctor was I going to? I said, I'm going to the same doctor that does the endoscopy, whatever, the thing where they do the thing and stretch the esophagus. I never felt nothing. And I figured if they go in one side and it's fine, they can go in the other way and it should be fine. They know what they're doing. So, Daryl says, what up? Checking in from the beautiful burbs called Forest Park. All right, representing Forest Park. Andrea says, they put you in a twilight, not fully asleep, but enough that you can hear and respond, but not feel anything. No, I need to be fully asleep. I need to be fully asleep. I'm going to make sure they know that. I don't want you. No, no twilight. Sleep all the way out. Well, we need to know if you, no, you don't. Just be careful. Just be careful. No, twilight. Nuh-uh. Can you hear me? Yeah. I'm not sleep enough. No. I need to be all the way asleep. Daryl says, they put you to sleep during the colonoscopy procedure. All right. Because if they didn't, I'll pay y'all the extra money that it costs to put me all the way to sleep. Don't put me halfway to sleep. Can you hear me? Yes. That means I'm not sleep enough. How much more money you need? How much more money you need to give me the full go to sleep dose? Reese Mooney in the house says family, joy, peace, and love to all today. Okay. Representing Fairfield. I read that like I was Lincoln Ware or something. Let's see. Vanessa say, you got this. My son has to take the prep every other weekend to keep him regular. Oh, boy. Oh. Daryl says, you can't eat for 24 hours. Oh, that's fine. Some days I forget to eat anyway. So that won't be no biggie. That won't be no big deal. Let's see. Deborah says, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Reese says, now they can do it with your blood. They can do what? Can they detect like polyps and stuff like that with a blood test? I think you might be thinking about the test for your prostate. I know they can do that with the blood. I don't think they can do a colonoscopy with the blood. Say nothing but doodle in there. That daggone Dick Gregory. He did not understand. He did not understand the human body. Or if he did understand the human body, then I've been doing something wrong. I'm pretty sure It is not doo-doo in there. Um, uh, Scott says prep is not fun, but didn't feel a thing during the process. Yeah, I'm not concerned about it. I'm not concerned about it. What are we doing this initial meeting for? That's really what I need, what I want to know. What's going to happen at this initial meeting that can't happen over the phone? I'm not worried about the procedure. Again, I've dealt with these people. I know, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they go in, they stretch the esophagus, the whole nine. I be asleep. I don't feel nothing. I wake up. I don't feel nothing. I be a little groggy for a little bit. And then, I fully come out of it. And life is cool. So I'm not concerned about the actual procedure. Lonzo says, you late. You should have gone at 45. Yeah, I know I'm late. I know. They be changing it. Because there was a time when it was 50, which I would have still been late. But it is what it is. The prep will test your intestinal fortitude. Ooh. But yes, as a former HBWA champion, I'm certain I can handle it. Stay near the bathroom the night before. Have spray with you. You will be all cleaned out. Will not remember after you get put to sleep. Yeah. The colonoscopy will be the best sleep you ever had. I don't know about that. I don't know. I sleep pretty good when they put me under for the whole esophagus thing. Expect the best sleep ever. Chelsea, who is now a professional hater, says, yeah, but they don't get paid to tell you over the phone. I guess, yeah, I guess. Daryl said I had mines with an S. He threw an S on mine. I had mines about 3 years ago, and it was quick and easy. They put you to sleep, do the procedure, and you're done. Yeah. Have them check your thoke. I didn't think about maybe I'll mention that tomorrow. Since I'm already be asleep, bring an extra set of tools so y'all could go ahead, get in there, and stretch the esophagus. Don't use the same tools that you use it to go up the other end. Make sure you bring some extra. Yes, Chelsea. Yes. I don't know what we meeting for tomorrow. Fame says, hi, what y'all talking about today? I stopped watching wrestling regularly after Bash at the beach in 96. Man, wrestling ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. David says you should have someone drive you to and from the colonoscopy. I will. Oh no. Ron in the house. Ron says, he's replying to Brent. I'm not all that concerned about it. I'm not concerned about it. I just don't know. I thought maybe y'all would know, like, yeah, they had me come in a few days or a few weeks or whatever before the procedure, and this is what they do. But I'm not worried about the procedure itself. Not concerned about it at all. And yeah, he was thinking about prostate. Let's see. Scroll. Did I get to everybody? Preston, your first bill. They cannot charge you if you don't have an appointment, which means they scheduled a procedure without an established relationship if you don't come in first. But I have an established relationship with them. He's my doctor, well, from the endoscopy or whatever it's called. So I have a relationship with them. The pre-work is measuring your height, weight, blood pressure, current medications. All right, okay. But Andre, I think that's more like it. Nickel and dime me for that insurance money. Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. Let me talk about this real quick. Oh, Janice in the house. Hi, Janice. Janice, you might want to tune out for the next, say, 10 or so minutes. Because I think you get sensitive about this particular topic. And I don't want to make you sensitive. Hold on a second. And I don't want to make you sensitive. All right? Can I talk just a little bit, just for a few minutes? This Alicia Reese, Stephanie Dumas thing. And I'm not really talking about the Alicia Reese, Stephanie Dumas thing, right? Look. Here's the truth. People are people, right? Some people love, some people don't like that same person. Some people love other people don't like that same person. I don't care about all of that, right? Stephanie and Alicia can have any relationship that they want. Here's what happened. Here's what happened from my perspective. Now, there might have been some hands behind the scenes on both ends, but I don't know why are people mad at Stephanie Dumas that her sister asked for some public records. Oh, it's the motivation behind the ask. Don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter why I asked the police department for video of an encounter. Just give me the video. So what if you trying to trap them? If they ain't do nothing wrong, what they worried about? Just give me the video. It's all on the up and up. Then just give me the video. It's a public record. Just give me the video. So if Stephanie Dumas' sister I said it 3 times for a reason. Because it's not Stephanie. I know some, well, she ain't doing it without her sister telling her to do it. You don't know that. You don't know how I'm going to react when you attack Nate. Right? And Nate might just be like, let it slide. Like that chick Joan on Lincoln's show who attacked Nate and then for some reason, me too. And when I say to Joan, eat a dick, Nate is like, why did you say that to Joan? And somebody might be like, oh, Nate told Emanuel to tell Joan to eat a dick. No. I saw an attack and I said what I said. So it don't matter what the motive is, Diane, because I see Diane's comment. What's the motive? It doesn't matter what the motive is. It's a public record. And if I ask for a public record, just give me the public record. You don't get to question, well, what's your motive? I give you the public record if I like the reason why you want the public record. That's not the way the public record laws work. Well, he asked for a public record. I think he just want information. But he asked for a public record. I think he trying to find something wrong. So we going to give the public record to him, but we not going to give it to him. It don't work like that. That's why they're public records. The public is supposed to have access to them. But more than that, by we, I mean some people, are attacking Stephanie Dumas for something that allegedly her sister did. Wait a minute. Diane says it does matter. Dumas said what she and Reese responded, time to let it go. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't get to refuse somebody's public record because you didn't like their motive for asking for it. It doesn't matter what the motive is. Now, look, I get that a lot of people don't understand public record laws and all of that kind of stuff. I'm no expert on any of this stuff. But that's why I keep trying to use the police. You know how people get police videos for the most part? Someone says, they go to the police and they say, I want a copy of this video. You have to have some information like date, time, all of that kind of stuff. But you say, I want maybe a call number or something like that. I want a copy of this video. The police go through, they say, oh, do we have that video? Yes, we have that video. And they are supposed to then, because when they wear that body cam, they're creating a public record. All that means is it is a record. In this case, it's a recording that the public has access to. It belongs to the public. And as a member of the public, you're allowed to view it. Now, they done came up with all kind of stuff. Well, what if it's a crime and they're investigating the crime? So sometimes they can say, like, no, we're investigating a crime. We're investigating a crime. So we're not releasing that public record yet. But other than that, they're supposed to give you that public record. They're not allowed to say, well, why do you want well, I mean, they're allowed to say it. But they're not supposed to deny you the public record because they don't like the reason that you asked for it. Like if you go down there and say, there was this arrest, and my understanding is that they brutalized this guy. And so I want that public record because I believe that it'll prove that the police illegally brutalized a citizen. And so you think the police should be able to say, you know what? I don't like your motivation, so you don't get the record. Is that what you think should happen? I don't like your motivation, so I'm not giving you the record. Well, I'm going to sue the police because they broke down my door. And they had the body cam on when they did it. They were clearly in the wrong. I told them they couldn't come in. They didn't have a warrant. And they just bust down my door. I want the video of the police busting down my door because I'm going to sue them. You know what? We don't like your motivation, so we're not going to give you that record. That's what y'all really think should happen? What's the motivation? Y'all really think that the police should be able to say, no, you don't get the record because we don't like your motivation? Come on, that's stupid. That's stupid. So I can ask for the video or recording when CPD put the red dot on Lincoln. And if they have it, yes. Yes. So if it's a public record, you have a right to request it. That is not an act of violence. Now, because I try to be fair, Do I believe that it's probably done from a vindictive standpoint? Probably. But so what? So what? It's a public record. Now, I guess there's an argument as to whether or not it's actually a public record. I'll theorize about that in a minute. But there's a few steps before I get there. So, step number one, if it's a public record, you got a right to ask for it, and it don't matter what your motivation is. Step number two, Stephanie ain't even the one who asked for the public record. Apparently, it was her sister, allegedly, that asked for the public record, or what she believes to be a public record. So y'all mad at Stephanie because her sister did something. I'm going to guess y'all mad because y'all believe Stephanie is behind the scenes pulling the strings like the Wizard of Oz. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. But then my question becomes, and it's a really simple question. I asked it, I think, about 10 times today during the Lincoln Ware Show. If you got nothing to hide, why would it bother you that somebody asked for a public record? If you got nothing to hide, wouldn't it sound suspicious? I'm gonna go back to the police. If I said, hey, I had an interaction with police last night. Here was the call number. Here is the day, the time, blah, blah, blah. And I want, let's say, the video of that interaction. And the police was like, we don't know if we want to give him the video. Why do he want the video? He can't have the video. What? No, that's just wrong to want that video. Like, what happened? What are y'all trying to hide? What happened last night? Now, if they're confident, they're like, okay, he wants the video. We got the video. Hold on. We happen to have the video right here. Here you go. Here's the video. It's not that simple, but here's the video. You'd be like, all right, they possibly didn't do nothing wrong or don't think they did nothing wrong. But if you're making a huge deal about it, just announcing that somebody want a record. I'm just saying that somebody want a record. Why do black people always want public records? Why are black people always trying to stop this? Why are black people always trying to stop that? Well, what did they do? They asked for a public record. See, black people always trying to end something. Black people always trying to sabotage something. Black people always running to the white man about black people about something. What did they do? They asked for a public record. What? Just give them the public record. And no matter what their motivation is, no matter what they trying to accomplish, you didn't do nothing wrong, did you? Well, no, I didn't do nothing wrong. Give them the record. You can even give them the record with an attitude. Take that. You know what I'm saying? Give them the record with an attitude. But what? How is asking for a public record black people always trying to destroy black people? How? Did you do something wrong and you don't want people to see the record? That's the only thing. So why are we attacking Stephanie for something her sister did? And why is it an indictment on black people because her sister asked for a public record? Blade.
What's going on?
How you doing? Blade?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey,
yeah,
how you doing?
Pretty good. Hey, you got a good topic. I want to go back last week with Flame. What's his old boy name to be calling your show?
I don't know.
Is it Flame?
Fame?
Yeah, Fame.
Okay.
When he had that conversation with your brother, and your brother was saying that I forgot exactly what the words your brother was saying when Fame was talking about the boule, the gatekeepers. So y'all proving his point. The gatekeepers in every city got something to hide because something might come out.
Okay.
I know you don't want to believe in that theory, but it's true. Every city got gatekeepers, and y'all gatekeepers are arguing, going at it, and something's gonna come out. And you know, I do believe somebody might get fired, and if it's something come out, some people that everybody loved might end up going to jail.
See, here's what I would say. Again, if nothing wrong has been done,
Right.
just produce the record. And
Right.
hopefully what you're saying is not the case. Hopefully no one has done anything wrong. They give them the record and that's that.
But I noticed in your city, them older gatekeepers do not protect the young gatekeepers. And you know, a lot of you black politicians down there will get locked up and go to jail. We see evidence of that. So them older gatekeepers, they're not gonna let it go.
All right.
Yeah.
All
okay.
right.
Have a good one.
You do the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, look, don't get me wrong. I see Brenda, who maybe she has more information. It's quite possible. But she says it wasn't a video, just the records of how the funds were received for the Black Walk of Fame. That's not what Lincoln Ware said. Lincoln Ware said that minutes of this board meeting were requested. Minutes from a board meeting were requested. That's what he claimed was requested. Now, again, maybe Brenda know more than me, but I'm just going on what Lincoln Ware said, who's a member of the board and quite close with Alicia Reese. I'm going to get to that in a minute, too. So why would asking for minutes of a board meeting be an attempt to destroy the Black Walk of Fame? How possibly could minutes from a board meeting destroy the Black Walk of Fame? It doesn't seem reasonable to me. Again, just get the minutes. Be done with it. But, see, here's what I believe is one of the things that's happening. Everybody like, oh, just let it go. Oh, just let it go. I don't think anybody's letting it go. I think the fight then just moves to behind the scenes. I don't know what anyone has done behind the scenes. But I don't believe Lincoln just came up with this to talk about out of nowhere. Just like people believe Stephanie is pulling the strings of her sister, don't you believe somebody pulling Lincoln's strings too? Somebody is telling Lincoln, hey, bring this up. Hey, talk about this. Hey, say this. Hey, this is what they doing. It's just been my experience that when you got two parties doing kind of, battling, they both use the resources that they have. And look, we know Lincoln Ware has a special relationship with Alicia Reese. He does. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not against it. I'm not against Alicia. I'm not against Stephanie. But I think both parties are using their resources. They say it's over. It's squashed. Squash it. It's over. But then they do little maneuvering behind the scenes because nobody want to get their hands dirty. So if y'all really believed it was over, y'all might be mistaken. Because why would you bring this up? Well, I just want it to all be over. Then don't bring it up. Give them the records and shut up. But you're not going to give them the records and shut up. So just stop using the people as pawns. Like, look, if you mad because she asked for some records, and you have to retaliate, you do some behind the scenes stuff to retaliate. Keep it out. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. Everybody retaliate above board, right? Everybody do something that you're, I guess, legally allowed and ethically allowed to do. There's nothing illegal or unethical about asking for public records. Period. What about the motivation? So what was the motivation for coming on the air telling people that it's a black person trying to destroy the Black Walk of Fame by asking for minutes from a board meeting? We want to talk about motivations. What was the motivation for that? Talk about motivations. What was the motivation for that? So I just wanted to say it to get it off my chest. I ain't got no beef with either one of them. In spite of what somebody will keep telling you. Lincoln Ware. In spite of what Lincoln will keep telling you. I got no beef with Alicia. I'm going to tell y'all flat out, Alicia ain't never did nothing to me. Stephanie ain't never did nothing to me. Heck, they didn't want to come on my show. So, you know what I'm saying? I got no beef with either of them. If y'all want to battle behind the scenes, battle behind the scenes. Stop dragging us into it. Just stop. Now, I really do hope nothing nefarious is going on behind the scenes. Because I don't want to see nobody get in no trouble. So I hope nothing nefarious is happening behind the scenes. Now, the argument that those aren't public records because it's not a public board. That's public property that the Walk of Fame is on. They do receive public funds, but not the stars. That's not the point. It's not the point. The board is meeting about this thing that is on public property and that utilizes public funds. I think most reasonable people would say public records. Public records. Hold on, I like to address people. Leonard says, stop. Your brother has a beef. I'm not sure how you're familiar with my brother's beef, but let's say you're right. My brother has a beef. Is your argument that my brother, forced Stephanie Dumas to force her sister to ask for public records that she's probably entitled to? What difference? What difference does it make? What difference does it make? Somebody asked for something that they're entitled to. Give it to them. Some of these arguments, I should be like some sort of a mediator. Because some of this stuff is so simple. She asked us for public records. What should we do? Give them to her. What? They're public records. But the public don't pay for the stars, but the public helps fund this whole operation. The public records. Let's give them to her. Hold on. Are y'all doing anything illegal? No, of course not. Give her the records. Fight over. Just let me mediate some of this stuff. But you don't like Alicia Reese. I got no beef with Alicia Reese. She ain't never did a thing to me. I typically only beef with people who start beef. That's it. If there's no difference, then why are we talking about it? Because it was brought up today. It was brought up today as an attempt to turn more public support away from Stephanie Dumas. That's why it was brought up. It wasn't brought up just because it was on my chest. I had to get it off. It's not why it was brought up. It was brought up because somebody wants the people to be actively mad at Stephanie Dumas. Don't just remember what she did. I need you to be actively upset with her. So I need to paint what her sister did as something that she's doing in an attempt. Because remember how it was presented. This is somehow an attempt to destroy the Black Music Walk of Fame. Leonard said, but to you, it no big deal. Yes, Grod. To me, it no big deal. It's not a big deal. Give her the records. Now, what's a slightly big deal, Grod, is attempting to paint Commissioner Dumas as some big evil black woman running to the white man to destroy the Black Walk of Fame. That's kind of a big deal. That's kind of a big deal. To you, it's no big deal. So let's more on. I'm mooring on. I have more on it. So I will more on. To me, the big deal is attempting to rile up the black community against this woman. Keep us out of it. Let us judge Alicia on Alicia's works and judge Stephanie on Stephanie's works. Not on all of this other artificial hostility. You don't have to get in there and stir the pot. You don't. Janice says, no, I'm wondering why everyone is speaking for Miss Dumas. Well, first, I believe she probably sent Bobby Hilton to speak for her on the Lincoln Ware show. That I wholeheartedly believe. He did a poor job. Twice. I understand why she might not want to come on the show and why she might send someone else. I haven't talked to Stephanie Dumas, but it makes sense to me that if the host of that show is actively hostile towards you, but you have access to someone who he's friendly with, you send the person that he's friendly with. You don't just walk into hostile territory. You send the person that he's friendly with. Like he liked Bobby Hilton. They get along. Lincoln, where I'm talking about, is actively hostile towards Stephanie Dumas. Come on, we can all see it and hear it. He is Team Alicia. He's gonna be Team Alicia. No ifs, no ands, no buts. He's Team Alicia and he's gonna be Team Alicia. Why, if Stephanie is smart at all, would you go to somebody who's actively hostile to present your response to them? But that's his friend. So I'll send his friend to present the response. And he was actively hostile towards him. He ate Bobby Hilton alive. Hilton didn't help himself, but he ate him alive. So that's reasonable. Number two, do you really have any proof that Stephanie told her sister, go get the minutes? We don't have any proof of that. And again, I believe she either might have hinted at it or whatever. And if she didn't, it's still probably vindictive. But it might be jumping the gun a little bit to say she sent somebody to do it. Maybe just a little bit. Oh no, I saw. Leonard says, we already done that and we chose Reese. Well, congratulations. Okay. Cool. Ben says, she's a county commissioner. You think should be able to defend herself. Again, I don't know that you're being reasonable with that. I don't know that you're being reasonable with that. If I were advising her, I definitely wouldn't advise her to go on the Lincoln Ware show. Heck, if you got to go anywhere, go on Raven's show. And Raven is actually not 100% balanced on this. I understand why. But Raven ain't in the middle on this. Raven is also Team Alicia. Not as hardcore as Lincoln. But, she's listening to it from one side. But if I were going to say, go on the radio and give your side of the story, I would say go on Raven's show. I would definitely say do not, under any circumstances, go on the Lincoln Ware show to present your side of this. Under no circumstances. Sometimes you just have to know when it's okay to go into, this person is not objective. They're not trying to be objective. They're not even trying to seem like they're trying to be objective. If you walk in the door, you are walking into a straight up attack. I would not do it. I wouldn't do it. Janice says, then she shouldn't be an elected official. Do you know how many elected officials don't go on Lincoln Ware Show? So none of them should be elected? Come on. LaDonna say, who started this mess? I don't know. The argument, you could probably make an argument either way. I think they both should rise above. But I don't think either of them will. Which is my whole plea is, keep us out of it. Keep us out of it. But at the same time, it makes sense to me that you wouldn't. It makes sense to me that you wouldn't just keep us out of it. Because that is one of your tools. Lincoln Ware and the Lincoln Ware Show, and kind of, to some degree, the buzz, becomes just a straight up tool of Miss Reese. And you can't be mad at somebody for using every tool at their disposal. Look, Ross Freeman attacks me from time to time. He still ain't told me what I lied about, right? But if I knew that I could send Lincoln Ware a text and say to Lincoln Ware, tomorrow at 10 o'clock on your show, go attack Ross Freeman, why wouldn't I do it? And I know he gonna go on the air and he gonna attack. And I know people believe what they believe. So if Lincoln Ware says it, there are people who just believe it. It's the power of the radio. The power of celebrity, the power of all of that stuff. All of that stuff plays into it. Same reason why, sorry, Ron, same reason why Hunter will not go do a behind the scenes backdoor deposition with that committee. Because then they get to come out and say, he said this, and he said that, and he said this, and he said that, and do a blitz. And no matter whether it's true or not, if every member of that committee goes on Fox and Newsmax and whatever, all the other conservative, Steve Bannon's thing and all of that, and they're like, Hunter Biden admitted to this, and he admitted that Joe Biden did this, and he admitted that Joe Biden did that. You know what Ron D gonna be doing? Ron D gonna be calling this platform, talking about, Hunter, he admitted that Joe Biden was taking money. Because he heard it on all of those platforms, whether it's true or not. I'm just saying, we don't know. I get some of y'all made up y'all mind a long time ago. Some people made up their mind not too long ago. Alicia Reese is a very popular woman. She does a lot of work and good things. And if you like her, you like her. Great. I don't see enough of Stephanie doing stuff. It don't mean she ain't doing it, but if she's doing stuff, she's doing it the old school political way, and it's not suiting her. But I didn't like the idea of why do black people, which is really one of the things that just gets on my nerves. Why black people always trying to destroy something that black people do. Black people can't have nothing. Black people always trying to destroy. Now black people trying to destroy the Black Music Walk of Fame. I didn't like that. Give her the record. Shut up. It's your big head. Nate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, look. Were you done with your points?
Yes.
Okay, I want to add a little something to the story, of course. Look, I ain't going to say who. Don't try to pull me into the story. That's what I want to say to all the Alicia Reese backers and supporters who I know some of them are listening to you right now. They might not have identified themselves in the chat. I know y'all listening. The worst thing you ever want to do is to pull me into this fight. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm supporting Stephanie for the reasons that I said, and I'm saying this to you and to the people watching the podcast because before I got on air with Lincoln Ware today, I received a message from somebody, I'm not going to say who, saying, "Hey, are you advising Stephanie Dumas and her team? We've been hearing that you're an advisor to Stephanie Dumas." Now, again, I ain't really even got no dog in the fight. I have commented on it for many of the same reasons that you said. I like the underdog. I don't like to see people get bullied. I personally have met, talked to, dealt with Stephanie Dumas, and I ain't got no problem with the lady. I think, I think her political skills, well, I couldn't never have gotten elected to Hamilton County Commission, so I was about to say she needs to sharpen up her skills, but who am I to even say that? Because she done did something I couldn't do. But don't pull me into it because y'all don't want me to start just out of spite, start asking no questions, because once I get started, I tend to not know how to stop. And if y'all think Stephanie and her sister is fighting dirty, y'all ain't seen nothing until you get a load of me. But I'm trying in 2024 not to be that person. I'm trying to be a kinder, gentler activist, father, and, just a peaceful man. I don't even feel like getting riled up and getting in this fight because I'm going to start asking about the money and I'm going to start, if I send a letter on Elon Musk, which I did the other day, you better believe I'll send a letter on Alicia Reese. And one thing that I've always said to people when this conversation about Alicia Reese comes up, I say, Alicia got great skills. The only problem with her is she got some crookedness in her heart. And her downfall will be, if she has one, let's hope she don't. Let me say that again. Let's hope she don't never have a downfall. But if she have a downfall, it's going to be about money. It's going to be one of them Kelly Prather or PG or who's the black Republican guy who got caught up?
Pastor.
It's gonna be about money, and I don't want to see that happen to Alicia. I believe she's got greatness in her, but I believe she's in a constant battle. The good part of Alicia and all her many skills versus the dark side. So, again, I wanted to put that out there. I ain't say who sent me the messages talking about they hearing that I'm, part of the team, but don't put my name in it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Don't spread rumors on me, cause and guess what happened after the show? why you tell that lie? I told this story about Alicia Reese, and I only know it because people told me. Basically, everybody say they love Tracy Hunter. We love Tracy Hunter. We love Tracy Hunter. And Tracy Hunter says from time to time, I feel like telling the black people, naming the black people who was against me. I'm sure you've heard her say that. Well, one of the people who what we heard was a national board member of the National Action Network, which is Reverend Al Sharpton organization, who went to the March on Washington, stood next to Reverend Al Sharpton, has been praised through the years by Al Sharpton, who drops his name whenever it's helpful to her, that Tracy Hunter and her team, including Dr. Vanessa Enoch, Frankie Butler Kidd, GC, so I ain't making this up. A whole bunch of people know. Cecil Thomas, they all had put their heads together and said, we believe that part of what's the problem with Tracy's story is it hasn't gone national. And we believe if Reverend Al Sharpton were to come to town and speak on Tracy Hunter's behalf, that he would bring national media attention, and then they would be focused on not just her case, but what's going on with black judges throughout the state of Ohio. And they had a whole bunch of other reasons why they thought that it would be a good idea to try to get Reverend Al Sharpton to come to Cincinnati. Well, apparently they sent some letters and made some phone calls and had contact. And everything was looking good. In fact, at one point in time, if my memory serves me correct, they had a date for when Al was going to come. Well, then Alicia Reese, his national board member, bent over backwards to convince Al Sharpton, you don't want to be in that. You don't want to do it. Whatever reason. Now, again, I wasn't privy to any of those phone calls. But I can tell you, I knew some of the people on her team, and they called and asked me if I could help. What can I do? You know, I do have a contact for Reverend Sharpton. I did help bring him to Cincinnati once, but my contacts ain't as close to him as Alicia Reese and Steve Reese and Pastor Reverend Harvey. So I was like, hey, y'all got Bobby Hilton. Bobby was running his local organization. Y'all got Cecil Thomas. I think Cecil was connected to Al Sharpton too. So I was like, look, y'all asking me to help, I can't really do nothing. And I'm sort of reading through these comments as I'm talking to you, like my girl Kiki. And I see somebody talking about gatekeepers. I ain't talking about gatekeepers. I ain't talking about Masons or secret organizations. I don't know nothing about that. All I do know is I wasn't lying when I told this story to Lincoln Ware earlier today, and I know they probably don't want to do it, but it's plenty of people who know that what I'm saying is true. At least this is what was told to me, and now I'm sharing it with you. And my point in sharing it is, well, 2 points that come to mind. Number one, man, look, y'all only see what Alicia and her supporters want y'all to see. And that's cool. You know, what politicians want y'all to see if they doing some dirt or some underhanded type of stuff. But that's number one. But number two is, I held that story back, you know, that was years ago, and I think people forgave her and moved on and whatnot. And as did I, because for a long time I was saying, hey, I'm Team Alicia. You know, I wasn't in the cult, but I was still Team Alicia. But y'all don't want me to get involved in this, so just leave me alone and leave me out of it and quit spreading rumors about me. I ain't working for Stephanie. I don't even got a phone number for Stephanie or her sister or nobody involved with her. I'm just speaking up because I believe something is being done that's wrong and it's underhanded, and it's unnecessary, it's unproductive, it's divisive, and I would like to see somebody with some gravitas step in and try to mediate from, but not from a position where we're gonna beat Stephanie down and humble her and make her publicly apologize and make her check her sister. No, that's not how you do stuff when you want to be fair. I want somebody to be fair and get the situation under control. Because y'all gonna mess around and Alicia Reese don't lose that seat during the election, or much worse, if it is something underhanded. Oh yeah, I want you to tell me, what do you think is what's in the minutes? Why they asking for the minutes?
I don't know why they asking. Here is what I believe based on absolutely nothing. Okay? This, right. I'm telling you right now, this is based on nothing except my knowledge of one or two people involved. My take is, ain't no minutes. I don't believe there are any minutes, which becomes the issue. You're asking for minutes, but we don't actually have minutes because we don't think that we have to have minutes, because we don't think that what we're doing is creating any sort of a public record, because the stars ain't paid for by the public. Those are private funds. So that's what I think the issue is. You're asking for minutes. They don't exist. And if we're supposed to have them, then we're somehow in violation of something. But I don't think that that's my take on it, is there are no minutes.
So you don't think it's no money being stole, no money being diverted?
No. I think it's just some laziness.
Now let me ask you something on the other side. Because Lincoln said today that he said, why is I can't do my Lincoln in person, but he said, why is Stephanie's sister asking any questions when I think he said her brother and her uncle was in the Music Walk of Fame? Basically, y'all got some of this good press attention or whatever it would be. Y'all benefited from this. So why are you questioning anything about it? Now, why would Stephanie's family members be in a Walk of Fame that she voted on? That don't sound right to me. And why would Bishop Louis Bobby Hilton be in the Walk of Fame? I mean, yeah, I love God Did That Thing. You know, I used to run around the house singing it. Why don't you do a verse for us? Anyway, but you know, I like God Did That Thing and some of his other hits. Why would Bobby, as a county employee, as a chief of staff of the commissioner, why would he even submit his name to be in the Walk of Fame or on the Walk of Fame?
I think you
seem like that's sort of a conflict.
No, and I think you I don't want to say looking too deep, but I think you're looking too deep. I don't think anybody submits any names or anything like that. I think it's a group of people who get together and just say, all right, we're going to put this person in. So it's not that, I don't think it's that type of party, like where, submit names and blah, blah, blah. I think it's more of a, look, this thing is new. We need to get all the publicity we can get. So we're going to induct some people with some big names. Other people, we're going to call everybody in Cincinnati, whoever sang a note, an influencer. And we're going to have them all down there. And then that way we get a lot of goodwill and we scratch some backs because, you know, egos are in it. And if you know Lincoln Ware, like I know Lincoln Ware is a back scratcher. Lincoln Ware believes I scratch your back, you scratch mine. And I believe some of these things were done for the purposes of back scratching. So maybe that's why Stephanie Dumas's relatives are in there, like, oh, we'll put them in there, and then that way they'll just shut up because they in there, and that'll be the end of that, or whatever. I don't think there's anything nefarious if any money is not appropriately put where it's supposed to be. I think it's probably, again, just due to maybe some laziness or some lack of knowledge. I don't think anybody, well, any of the people that I know who are involved in it are misappropriating funds. But I just think they're asking for records that don't exist, and, somebody
That's
is taking that as a slight.
I got a feeling we gonna see, because this ain't dying down. Even though Lincoln told me it was dead, that was what, a week ago? That was what, probably 2 weeks ago Lincoln told me on
It
the
was
air,
dead until he brought it up on the air today. That's what I'm saying. It was dead from a public standpoint. Now, if Stephanie's family had some beef with somebody, so they want some records, we didn't see all of that. So it was dead from a public perspective. But when you bring it back up, you breathe new life into it. And I want Lincoln to stop doing that.
Maybe you should call into the show.
Well, I gave up my privilege to call his show so that the Black Lion can call in.
Has the Black Lion called in?
Yeah. He lifted the ban.
Okay, all right.
But just so you know, I got a text message as well saying, well, I think Nate is pushing her sister to request the records.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Boy, I'm telling you, they better leave me out of it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Your niece sitting here, not fake name Denise. Do you have a public name, a fake name? Stella. Stella said hi. She's sitting here next to me. She made it sure she wanted me to tell you that.
Tell her hi.
You said hi. All right, did we finish this?
Yes.
Woo. I'm be listening.
All right.
All right.
Again, I don't believe there's anything bad going on. I really don't. Except for some misunderstanding and some laziness. That's it. Ron.
Hey, what's up, E-Man?
How you doing?
Good. Okay, Lincoln and Nate instigating, and they should stop it. But I wanted to ask you a question, and this is I'm serious about this.
All right.
So you know you had COVID. I know you had COVID, and I had COVID twice. Now you talked about that brain fog that you were having. Do you still have that brain fog?
A little bit, yeah.
Man, and it's a trip because I can tell the difference between my aphasia and the brain fog. And I'm just figuring, I'm trying to see, you're the only person that I know that had COVID that I talked to, that had the brain fog. And that shit won't go nowhere. Does it just freeze you up like sometimes?
Well,
like a spot?
Here's what happens. And I'm not 100% sure how much of this is brain fog and how much it is getting old. But I used to.
I feel you.
I'm pretty good. Like, I don't have like some vast vocabulary, but I'm pretty good at knowing what I want to say and being able to say it real quick. You know what I'm saying? You say something to me, I got a response for you. You know what I'm saying? We can back and forth all day. But just trying to find the words to say this and not search for like big words. Just
Yeah.
like I know what I'm thinking. I can even tell
But
you,
can't
I
get it
can
out.
give you the definition of the word that I'm looking
Mhm.
for. And the word is there. I just can't get it to come to the front of my mind. And it
Yeah.
again, I don't know how much of that is just me getting old and how much of that is COVID fog.
No, and that's what I wanted to ask you, because of course you know I have aphasia, and I could tell the difference because my aphasia, um, the word it's obvious words that I can't come up with, and then it's a brain fog. I mean, it just freezes for me. I know the word and I'm looking for, and then it just won't come out. But like I said, I just know the difference. But I've learned the difference between the aphasia effects and the brain fog, and then it's creeping me out because I mean, shit, we've had it for so long. I mean, well, I've had it for 3 years, you know. But that was the only thing I wanted to say. Just wanted to ask you about that.
All right.
All right,
Thank you, Ron.
all
Now
right, Juana.
I've told
Huh?
this nothing. I appreciate your call. I've told this story. So I see a few people saying that's just me getting old. And it might be. It might be. I'm not dismissing that. But I remember being in the bed with COVID, right? With COVID in the bed. And I'm a person who my mind is constantly racing. I honestly believe everybody's like that. Y'all know, and I've told y'all this before. When I talk to people and I'm like, what are you thinking about? And they like, nothing. I'm like, you ain't thinking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? You got to be thinking something. You're always thinking something. My mind races. I might be up 3 days straight if I don't turn that TV on because I found a way to block my mind racing. I told y'all my way. I turn on an old movie that I've seen, feel like a million times. I can almost quote it word for word. I turn it on, put my earbuds in, set the sleep timer, and just lay down and focus on the movie. That keeps my mind from racing. And because I've seen the movie a million times, I'm sleepy already. It allows me to fall asleep. That's just, my brain does that. So sometimes that's the only way I can go to sleep. I remember when I had COVID, I was in the bed and I was just staring. And Mrs. Livingston said to me, I remember this conversation so vividly. She said to me, "You look funny. What are you thinking about?" And I said to her, "Nothing." Literally, there are no thoughts in my mind. And I was like, I can't even imagine. And she said, "You can't imagine what?" I said, "No, I mean, I can't imagine." It was the weirdest feeling. And you know how you can imagine yourself doing something. You imagine yourself on a trip. You imagine yourself, doing whatever. I could not imagine. There was nothing going on in my brain. And I was afraid. Like, it frightened me because of the way that my brain is always racing. And for there to be not like I was empty-headed. And it frightened the mess out of me. And I sat there like Dave Putty, just staring blankly at, I think the TV was even on, and I wasn't even processing what was going on the TV. There was nothing going on in my head except fear because I couldn't think and I couldn't imagine. And then as things begun to slowly come back, I realized, okay, I can think now. And yeah, I can imagine. Not quite as well, as detailed. The thoughts wasn't rapid, but they were there. And so my level of anxiety, I'm certain, came down and everything. And just, I'm like, everything is not 100% back. I would say probably 98, 99%. But again, I don't know if some of that is because I'm 50. I'm old now. I'm old. So some of it, maybe the COVID bled into the oldness, and this is just what it is. But I'm still attributing some of it to COVID. Some of it. But I was frightened. Okay, I think that's about it with the whole thing. Again, as many, you know what I'm saying, you can tell the Alicia Reese coochie riders, right? They like, oh, you hate Alicia, Emanuel, you hate Alicia. Oh, this is so sad. Oh, we listening to 700. Oh, y'all just attacking Alicia, when clearly I'm not doing any of that. Those is the coochie riders. Everybody else is pretty much like, okay, whatever. There's ways to tell. But my big critique is not for Alicia. My big critique is Lincoln starting this stuff and instigating this stuff. That's my big critique. And I want him to stop it. I want him to stop. And I'll just say, just because I know me, and I think he's a little bit like me. And like, if I don't have something to do with something, don't keep saying that I had something to do with it, because then I'm going to have something to do with it. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to take it a little further than you thought a person should take a thing. So that's just a little bit of advice. You might think it, but you don't keep throwing out accusations to certain types of people. Just a word of advice. All right. What else? What else is going on, y'all? Because there was something else that I wanted to talk about. But of course, I had the coronavirus, so I can't remember right now. The primary. The primary. Y'all, I'm torn on this whole primary process. I don't know what I want to see happen. Let me be super clear about this. In no uncertain terms, I don't want to see Donald Trump become president again. But I understand that's a real possibility. It's a real possibility. But, hold on, y'all know I have to address these things. Ad hominem attacks ain't gonna change grown folk minds from supporting Alicia. Y'all the only ones supporting that bulldog Dumas. I'm sorry, I had to put the comment up so y'all can see it and see that I'm not making stuff up. People actually say nonsense like this. I don't care if you support Alicia. I support Alicia. And I support Dumas. See, here's the crazy thing. It'd be different if they were running against each other and there could only be one, like in the Highlander. Then you got to pick a side. They're both actual county commissioners. You don't have to be anti-Stephanie to be pro-Alicia. You don't have to be anti-Alicia to be pro-Stephanie. This is a case where you can be pro-Alicia and pro-Stephanie. You don't have to hate Stephanie to like Alicia. I wish y'all could get that through y'all heads. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. They can both hold the same position because they do. What is wrong with y'all? It's 3 of them. Heck, find another sister, Iris. Run for county commission so we can support 3 sisters at the county commission. Well, no, I got to hate Iris because she not Alicia. Well, I got to hate Stephanie because she not Iris. Well, I got to hate Alicia because she not Stephanie. Like, come on. What's wrong with y'all? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw Iris in there, but she just the first name that came to mind. You can support more than one black woman at a time. Come on. All right, CK.
Hey, how you doing there, Mr. Livingston?
CK, I'm doing good. How are you?
Praise the Lord. I support all black women. You know why?
Why?
Because they simply the best. Better than all the real. You remember that? You remember that? 1984, April 16th? Huh?
I definitely don't remember the date, but I do remember Tina Turner had that song.
Oh,
yes.
my God. Hey, if you've been reading your comments, all I've been doing complimenting every black woman in your comment section. You look good. You look fine. You smart. You intelligent. That's all I be saying. Not a negative comment out my mouth. You been reading them?
What, reading your
You
comments?
read the comments?
I have to say,
Man,
I don't know if I've seen any of your comments today.
Man, check it out. I've been there telling them they go to college, they go to school, and they go to college school, and what's the other one?
College
school. You know what I'm talking about. Nursing school, all that, man. I mean, black women.
How in the hell was I supposed to know you was talking about nursing school?
Huh?
How the hell was I supposed to know you was talking about nursing school?
No, I'm talking about these people, like you said. They doing okay. I read your post yesterday. I didn't get to watch your show. You know what I mean? I had to go to work. You know what I mean? But look, the Dick Gregory post, right? Remember that?
Yes.
They were just talking about Dick Gregory yesterday, man. They just were talking about even at 80. Did you see how funny he was in his 80s, late 80s?
I don't think he was trying to be funny.
That's the genius. That's what I'm saying. Once you make it to the elite level, like he did, of comedians, then when you get older, that's why they complain about Chappelle. Now it's more like a lecture. They more giving you game, but they don't even try to be funny, and it's hilarious.
Hey, CK, can you hold for just a second? Can you hold on for just a second?
Yeah, go ahead, man. I just want to salute you.
No, you don't have to go.
Go ahead.
You don't have to go. Just hold on for a second, because I see a comment, and I was talking about Raven Monday a little earlier. Raven Monday says, I would love to support both. I just don't know much about Stephanie, and everything I hear of her is in correlation to some drama with Alicia. Well, but you do this thing on your show about what voices you should know, or I'm sure I'm butchering the name of it. You know, you could reach out to Stephanie. I know you're possibly influenced because Lincoln Ware is 100% team Alicia. And so you've probably kind of heard some things and probably all negative about Stephanie. But you could be I don't want to say journalist, but you could be the person there who's more even and down the line and actually reach out to her and talk to her so that the only thing that you hear about her is not something negative from Lincoln and people like Lincoln. Like, you could actually talk to her and, you know, reach out to her and try to be impartial. You can do that. You're in that position now. She may or may not respond. I'm not sure if that's true. And if that's the case, then that's horrible. But you can't blame, well, I mean, you can, but you can't really blame him for the bad decisions of management. Because that would be a stupid decision. Because somebody write a letter, now you can't have nobody who hold office. That's a management decision. And that's probably who should be talked about, or who should be talked to with regard to that. But even if you don't get her on the air, you could still reach out to her and say, hey, all I've heard about you is negative. If you just tell her, I work at the Buzz, she'll understand that all you heard about her is negative. Tell her, I work with Lincoln. She'll be, oh, so you think I'm a negative person. And maybe try to talk to her so that you can be more, down the middle. You can be more down the middle. Or at the very least, because I think I know you well enough to know, you're a free thinker who don't mind challenging certain notions. So maybe just, when you're hearing all that negative stuff, simple challenge it. Just challenge it a little bit. And if you challenge it just a little bit, then you'll be like, oh, okay. So some of this stuff might be true, but some of this stuff is kind of negative propaganda. You'll see. Just be more open to challenge it. Follow your regular nature. Follow your regular nature. I don't remember what I was talking about. I had moved on from that. CK hung up, by the way. I had moved on from that. And I was asking about something. What did I move on to? I was talking about something else. Primary. Thank you, Vincent. See, that's that coronavirus. Or is that the getting old? One of them two. One of them two. Okay. I do not want Donald Trump to become the next president. It looks like he's going to win the primary. Because there is no part of me that believes for even a moment that the Republican Party would select a non-white woman as their nominee. No part of me. No matter how much she passes for white, they are not going to select a non-white woman as their nominee. Maybe they'll surprise me. Right? Maybe they'll surprise me. But I want to see this primary go on for the duration. I think I want Nikki to win some states and some delegates. I heard the argument, I think from Nate, that we should be rooting for Donald Trump for this reason. Because it'll keep him out of the media and all of this primary stuff will be over. And so then the only media coverage that he'll be getting is courtroom drama. But I want to challenge you to look at it another way. Nate, I'm challenging you to look at it another way. We want this primary to drag on. Because guess what? As the primary drags on, he's got to spend money. He's got to spend money. And any money that he spends now, he doesn't have to spend in the general. So I want him to have to spend that money. I want him to attack the Republicans, attack Nikki, attack everybody that he can attack. Use all of his high school, attacks that he can think of. I want him to do it. But I want him to have to spend that money. Tria say they're gonna keep sending that money. Yes, you're right. Ron and them gonna keep sending him money. But that'll still be money that they have to send. That'll still be money that they have to send. He won't just have it. He has to spend. Ron said he's not gonna spend his money. Ron, he spent money in New Hampshire. You think he didn't spend no money in New Hampshire? He actually has a checkbook that he writes checks from. Okay, maybe not a literal checkbook, but yeah, he has to spend money. Getting to New Hampshire, going to court, getting to South Carolina, going to court. That's all money he got to spend. That's less money that he'll have for the general. Anthony saying it don't matter, fools keep sending him money. Y'all don't understand. Okay, let's say he stopped spending money right now. Do y'all think them same fools gonna not send him money still? They still gonna send him money. So I'm just using this for a figure. I know this is not the figure. If he got $1 million right now and he stopped spending money, Ron and them gonna send him another $1 million by the time the generals start. And then another $1 million during the general. So he'll have $3 million to spend in the general. Whereas if he had to spend $1 million, then he'll only have $2 million to spend in the general. The more money he has to spend in the primary, he's still gonna have to spend money in the general. And he'll have less, to spend than if the primaries are over. But that's just my thinking on it. I think Nikki Haley did a decent showing. She did a decent showing. I mean, if you look earlier on, you would have thought nobody could come close to. He was 30 points up on the person closest to him. 30 points up. He only won by 10 points. That's I kind of laugh at Charlie Winburn. Like, remember when he ran for, what did he run for? I think state rep. And he lost. But he came out and he basically gave a victory speech. Not a victory speech there, but when he was talking about it on the radio the next day. And he came out and he said, hey, look, I know I lost. But it was against Cecil Thomas. So I think it was state senate. He said, I know I lost, but I was supposed to lose by like 50 points. But I only ended up losing by like 20. So while I lost, I did a really good job for what was supposed to happen. And I kind of laughed because I'm like, you lost, bro. Like, just say congratulations. You don't have to. But I think Nikki can say that. Like, yeah, I lost. But y'all remember, as a matter of fact, I think she did say it. I think I was watching and she was on Fox News. And she was like, Remember when I was polling at like 7%? She was like, and I got 20 something percent in, what was it, Iowa. Well, now she doubled that plus some, and now I got 40, almost 44% in New Hampshire. So she's like, I'm just going to keep fighting. And I think she's got an argument there. In essence, she was supposed to get smoked like 93 to 7%. There's a big difference between losing 54 to 44 and losing 93 to 7. Or 80 to 20. Huge difference. And she making up ground. Again, no part of me believes she'll win. They might surprise me. But I don't want the Republican Party to end up being the president. It's a chance it could happen. Just be aware. It's a chance it could happen, y'all. That's why you got to be registered. You got to get out and vote. You got to talk. People, we don't want to talk politics. We don't want to talk about that. That's boring. We don't want to this. Y'all, people still have to know this stuff is happening. And in November, we're electing a president. I don't know if it'll be Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. I don't know if Joe Biden gonna make it to November. Oh man, you never know. Tomorrow ain't promised. But we gotta get people to still pay attention, to still be involved, and when the time comes, get out there and vote. It's very important. It's very important. I don't want to see Trump be president. But there's a chance that it could happen. Nat says Trump old too. That's true. He is old, and tomorrow ain't promised to him either. But I mean, I had to just say on the frail scale, Joe Biden is up there on the frail scale. Donald Trump is not. I mean, you can say what you want to say. Oh my God. You can say what you want to. I saw that big book come up. I'm not reading all of that. You can say what you want to say, but on the frail scale, Joe looked like his days are a little more numbered than Trump. Just from the physical, appearance, the frail scale. They both, I won't say neither of them should be president. Maybe somebody with more of the mindset, but some of this other stuff, yes, Trump is obese. But you know what I'm saying. I mean, I think both of them mentally, like I keep talking about, I forget stuff and whatnot. Both of them are in mental decline. It's true. They are both in some level of mental decline. Ben, no one ever said that meant that, in case you weren't sure. But if you see a more, larger, fuller, older person, they depend on how they carry it. And then, you see some of the more frail, kind of really thinning, almost look like they're withering away. The larger person looks healthier, not that they necessarily are. That's just the truth. It's just the truth. But I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they are. Both them dudes should just push dirt over themselves and relax. I don't agree with that. Just because you older don't mean you should push dirt over yourself. Janet says Biden probably gets more done in one day than most half his age get done in a week. Well, I mean, he the president. He got a lot of advisors and people working to get stuff done. They hounding him all the time. It ain't like it's of his own volition. I mean, I'm sure, sometimes he be like, can you just give me an Ensure, a recliner, and an old episode of Johnny Carson? But I mean, you're right. He probably does. He probably does. Oh, it's like quarter after. I guess I started late, so I went late. But I got to get ready to get out of here. I got some stuff I got to do tonight. Got to go do another recording session. Like I said, I probably won't be here tomorrow. I have a doctor's appointment, but let me just call it. I won't be here tomorrow. I have a doctor's appointment in the afternoon during the time that this show is supposed to happen. So I will not be here tomorrow. I do intend on being here Friday. Unless I got a gig I don't know something about. I do intend on being here Friday. But yeah, I think that's about it. That's about it. I hope everybody has an amazing day. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you get opportunity to, just relax for a minute. Just relax for a minute. Like, do something where just for, give yourself 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Do something where you ain't solving no problem. You ain't trying to make no money. You ain't trying to please nobody. 10 minutes. Take 10 minutes out to just relax your mind, your body, and your emotions. Don't stress over nothing or nobody. Take those 10 minutes. You can fix everything in 10 minutes. But just take 10 minutes out at some point between now and when you go to bed to just relax. All right? Will you do that for me? No, I'm asking. Will you do that? For real, I'm asking. 10 minutes. Nobody answering. I'm going to just assume somebody, one or two of y'all will do it. All right? Hold on. Emanuel, why you ain't speak to me, bro? I know I was late. I'm sorry. Was I talking when you came in? I might not have synced it. But, hi, Yo Underwood. You're a wonderful person. You're worthy of love, honor, and respect. And thank you for supporting the show. And Crystal says, yes, because tomorrow is my birthday. Well, happy early birthday. I won't be here tomorrow to say it to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right, y'all. Oh no, I think that's about it. Oh, I didn't put it up. Yes, because tomorrow is my birthday. So everybody remember tomorrow to wish Crystal a happy birthday. It won't be on this show, but y'all can find her. Wish her a happy birthday tomorrow. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. It's been the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. Also, along with those 10 minutes, be the reason that somebody smiles today. Till next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.